Hello, I am David W. Parker. This is Programming Today I Learned, WebGL Series Episode 83. This is Blending Part 2. We're going to look at some APIs today, explore a little bit, just kind of play around. I've included a couple of links, really good resources on alpha compositing as well as WebGL alpha here. You can see here's the Wikipedia article. Go ahead and check it out because a lot of this stuff is, to be perfectly honest, not exactly easy to explain, and which is why there's a long article on it on Wikipedia, and there's a lot of great resources out there. Just go ahead to Google or DuckDuckGo and type in WebGL blending, and you'll find a lot of great resources on it. But for now, we're just going to go ahead and dive in and see what we got going on. So a lot of this, I should say, is taken almost directly from this, not exactly this site, but the site that this site is based off of, which provides a lot of good resources for looking at these APIs. So specifically, we're going to be taking select from that application and then applying it to our application, since theirs is in a two-dimensional space, just to show ours in a three-dimensional space. So we have, as per the last episode, we have the equation and we have a source and destination. And here are all the different options that we have listed within each of these, and so we can go ahead, like I showed you here, and see what each of these are and what they can be, and we'll change them momentarily and explore some different combinations and effects. So we have each of these as the initial state and whether or not it's on, so we can toggle it on and off. Let's go ahead and scroll down here. All of this should be very familiar to you and the same until we get down to the initGL. Here's a list of our blend functions. We're doing this here because we need to have access to the GL state. That's why it's not a global, as well as the functions. And then we're going to go ahead and, whether or not we're on or off, we're going to go ahead and disable the depth test and enabling blend. We're going to call this update blend function. Otherwise, we're going to enable the depth test and turn off the blend. Again, we'll scroll down and you'll see that update blend function is going to go ahead and grab those elements from the HTML page and get the selected index. We're going to go ahead and set that on our state object here. And we're going to go ahead and update our blend function based off all of the equations and then the index of that one. Same thing with the source and the destination as well for the blend func. And then we're going to go ahead and throw that in a window so that we can access it on our HTML. We're going to add a key event for B, toggling blend on and off, doing that same little logic that we did before. And we're also going to have that same logic for our mouse down and events, mouse movement events, and mouse down, excuse me, so that we can have our rotation working accordingly. So we have our cube here, and we can toggle on and off the blend for it, and we can see how things look. And we have all these different options here. I'm not going to go into all of them today in detail. Maybe one day I will go into each of them as their own screencast, because be a lot of information to cover in a single one. But you can go ahead and you can play with this and you can see exactly what different kind of blends end up. Now I will go ahead and say that source alpha and 1 minus source alpha seems to be the most common that you see with addition func add as the equation. And there's a lot of explanations for that on the internet. That being said, if you want to do something else and you have some kind of really fun application, or you're building a game or whatever, do it as the most fun for you and what you enjoy out of the entire thing. You don't have to follow what everyone else does. So that being said, if you're going to looking for the most lifelike one, that's probably the one you're probably going to end up doing. So I think that's about all I have to say for this episode. If you like what you saw today, you can go ahead and subscribe and like this video on YouTube. That'll help me a lot. Share it on social media if you will. Go to programmingtil.com and sign up for my newsletter. And follow me on Twitter and the internets. I hope you have a great one. Thank you.